Hello. It's Monday, the 10th of November, 2025. Welcome along to the channel, The Fifth Guardian. I'm your host, Tony Hunt, where today I'll be player of games. But as always, it's not my story. It's not your story. Today's story is all about competing in the Radical RXC limited series within Real Racing 3 update 13.7, and this is part one of a two-part mini-series. Let's get the game on screen. There we go. Right. Lord Night Moon enters the chat and says hello. Hello back. Welcome along. Thanks for watching. And thank you for saying hello in the chat. Right. Okay. So, in this release, which is a schedule of 8 weeks, we've only got 2 new cars. We've already won the Audi S1 e-tron Quattro. And now we've got the opportunity to win the second car that's new in this release. And that is the Radical RXC, which is a limited series. Normally on cars, new cars that have a limited series, you don't get 24 hours. You only get 3 hours worth of free servicing and instant upgrades, not free upgrades. Now, as you see there, it's a 7-day event. So the event itself, you've got 7 days to complete in. So rather than do this all in one go, I'm going to split it up and then take advantage of using up one of my rewards, my VP rewards. You see that I've got a 1 hour instant servicing. I'm pretty sure I've got a 2 hour instant servicing somewhere. There we go. So that'll be used up to enable me to split this into 2 streams rather than doing one big 3-hour stream. So let's get going. Virtual Medical Doctor Ayaka enters the chat and says hello. Hello back. Welcome along. Thanks for watching. Thanks for saying hello in the chat. All right. There we go. As expected, 3 hours. Now, I think I'll just need, because it is a it's got an exhaust, so it's not an electric car. So 7 engineering components. I think upgrading to 3 across the board should be enough to be able to complete this series. Won't find that out until tomorrow, but I'm sure it will be the case. So let's do the hard work of spending our hard-earned R dollars and gold. Never that bothered about R dollars. Obviously, I'm bothered about gold. Now, I reckoned with the car costing 1,000 gold, the upgrade path, 3 across the board, would be around 450. So, I guess we'll find out. I mean, look at that. That's really expensive. Ouch. 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 Do you know what? That's not so bad. That one. Let's come out of there. Exhaust. So, yeah, it's quite expensive. Okay. I haven't been counting the R dollars, but it looks to be about 2.4 million. Might be a bit under R dollars on its own, and 480 gold. I hope this car drives okay. I really do. Let's find out. We've got an autocross at the West Circuit at Suzuka. The other thing I'm hoping for is that the cups are not particularly long. Okay, it's weird acceleration. Yeah, well, weird. I am loving the engine noise. Well, that's probably to do with the fact that desensitized to engines that are electric. Okay, so feel that car was okay, but the acceleration's a bit weird. It's not instant. It's almost like you've got to get up to a certain speed before acceleration properly kicks in. Interesting. Again, I'm wondering why this is a road collection rather than a motorsports car. They obviously heard me complaining and they just went shove it in road collection to shut him up. Well, not going to work. Oh, it is at least a two-seater. It's a bit weird inside. I kind of like it. Okay, let's give it a good test around this endurance. I'm not liking there's an endurance on tier 1. That sort of like gets the alarm bells ringing for it being a very long and arduous limited series. But I will say this. Brakes are okay, grip is okay. But it's an expensive car for what it is. Let's go inside again. Yeah, pretty basic to be fair. Well, I did brake like that, and look at that, easily within limits. So it does feel as if the downforce is good in this car, and you know, again, massive spoiler on the back. More than likely the reason for that. I don't know if you can see just the acceleration. There's a little kick. So I'll have a look and see at what miles per hour that kicks in, or is it just me making it up? It just feels like it's not instantly accelerating. Like round about there, 100-mile mark. Weird. Okay, there we go. First, second, first. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. As you'd expect if you've upgraded all engineering components to 3 across the board and it's tier 1, wouldn't really expect to be struggling at this point. Definitely something weird going on with the acceleration. Now that was a bit different, but I noticed it was going uphill then, so let me maybe reevaluate that. Yeah, I'm not convinced by the acceleration. But having now looked at it, it looks like it's not particularly... It hasn't got a snap. Definitely when it's 100 or over, the acceleration is fine. It's just that initial burst. You see that there? That little lag? Anyway, there we go. We are easily winning. Easily going to get a first place here. Joe Sue enters the chat and says, hello, Guardian. Hello back. Good to see you again. Thank you. Oops, Daisy. Thank you for watching. Thank you for saying hello in the chat. And virtualmedical.ayaka adds, this car is fun. I wouldn't argue with that, to be fair. Yeah, it's nice. It's a good car to drive. I'm just a bit concerned about the acceleration. Maybe it's like some of the LMP2s or LMP3s. Let's have a look. Which I didn't. Let's have a look at its overall specification. But there we go. First, quite easily. Onto the Cub mount panorama. Yeah, acceleration is not as good as the grip. 2.42 seconds though is pretty. That's not bad. I mean, look at the PR of this car, 96.6. I don't know how it's 96.6. That, especially when its top speed is only 200 miles per hour, that doesn't seem right. But hey, it is a good car to drive. It's fun to drive for sure, definitely. Wouldn't argue with that at all. Did you see how it slowed down? 60 miles per hour to 80. But hey, everyone else has got the same problem with this car. Easily in first. I do like how it looks as well. I wouldn't say it looks elegant. Again, it looks it's a bit weird looking. But I like the curves making it aerodynamic. Making it look aerodynamic. Okay, so apparently its top speed is 200 miles per hour. I mean, it looks at this point it's going to blow. There you go. It dies at 190, which is very different. Almost hit the top speed it can hit. Very different from the electric cars, which only die the moment they hit their very top speed. No, that's not bad. That's pretty good. But best thing about this car, I think, is the grip. But yeah, do you know what? It does drive like either the Ligier yeah, the Ligier, I can't remember if that's an LMP2 or an LMP3, but it drives very similar to those type of cars. Acceleration not the best, top speed not the best, very grippy, and the brakes are pretty suitable as well. Adapt. I can brake later, basically. Okay, so at least this car is going to be a bit of fun to drive. I'm really hoping we don't have cuts with a large amount of laps. Now this is tier 1, and they went to Mount Panorama and did 2 laps. I think they could have got away with 1. Not bad for 2 laps. Service the car, it's free and it's instant. And that is tier 1 completed after 17 minutes. All right, next up, tier 2, we've got a head-to-head at Laguna Seca. All right. Not really a contest. Pretty straightforward victory. There we go. All right, that is another first. Speed step at Spa-Francorchamps. Okay, 157 miles per hour. Guess this, I think. Oh no, maybe not then. My mistake. 168 miles per hour, top very easily. Okay. So that's good, that's nice and quick. Straight onto the cup. Questions. How many laps? 2 again, okay. Hockenheimring National Circuit, unfortunately at night. Starting 16, 2 laps to get first. Going around the outside. Okay. Into 9. Seven. Into 6. Into 5th. I got 4th. Okay, into 3rd. Could have been a one lap again, I'd say. Touch and go to get first. But that would have made it quite challenging. They would have just got first there if it was 1 lap. But fortunately, it's 2 laps, so nice and straightforward again. Yeah, so now that I've raced this car a bit, yeah, enjoying racing this car. There's no surprises. As I said, speed and acceleration are a little bit under par, but it is made up by being very grippy, and the brakes work well with this type of car setup. There we go again. Okay, Mr. CA enters the chat and says hi. Well, hello, welcome along again. Thanks for watching. Thanks for saying hello in the chat. Okay, so not even used up all the durability that time round. So again, that's another good sign of a quick tier. So tier 2 completed, up to 23 minutes, a lot quicker completing the second tier. Tier 3, we've got drag race, speed record and a cup. So we'll start with the drag race. It's at Sebring. I never think it makes much difference where you put drag race, to be fair. Oh wow, how long? How long? I say it doesn't make a difference. Sebring has got the longest drag race possible. I'm assuming, and it's not because of the car. Yeah, I feel like they've literally used the whole of the straight, which makes this drag race one of the longest drag races. Who am I kidding? The longest drag race in the game. Here we go. Okay, so next up, I think, was a speed record. At the West Circuit at Lime Rock Park. I'll just drive around. The car's spec'd up, so we should be able to do it easily just by driving around normally. I'm confident of that. We're in the early tiers as well, so we should be alright. Say that. Yeah, there we go. First. Service the car, it's free and it's instant for the moment. What have we got? So we've got a cup at the Grand Prix circuit at Circuit de Catalunya. Another 2 laps. Okay, that's all right. That looked like 16 competitors. Just stay out of trouble. Right, technically on the wrong side. Hey, there you go. There you go, that's all right. Could have been another single lap race though. Oh. All right. Say this, it's no Volkswagen IDR. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, because that car is it's a bit of a monster, and you do have to drive it so very differently from any other car in the game. At least this car has a style that's similar, as I said, to some of the LMP cars. Again, we're in first by a considerable margin, almost 500 yards. In fact, we are over 500 yards now. Oh, round we go. Here we go. Relatively straightforward victory. Definitely no banana skins at this point of the limited series. Especially if you apply free upgrades across the board immediately. Okay, so that is 3 tiers down. We're coming up to half an hour of racing. My plan is to kind of go maybe a little bit further than what I would do normally. So it won't be, it'll be more than an hour and a half, might be less than 2 hours, but right, that's interesting. We've got another endurance race on tier 4. So that has a habit of extending the time it takes to complete a limited series. Endurance being the longest non-cup race in the game. Hence the name. But we'll start with this elimination event. Go. Easily got to first. 6 cars left in the race. Let's start building that lead. When you drive in some of the cars, you do feel, oh, I can skid at any time, but not with this one. Okay, definitely got a podium. 3 cars left in the race. 200 yards ahead of second. Let's bring it home. There we go. So there's the car, it's free and it's instant. So we'll do the Cup next. It's the Grand Prix circuit at Suzuka. Well, that's not a good sign, is it? 3 laps of the Grand Prix circuit at this very early stage. See if I can make it a little bit interesting by being in 3rd at the end of this lap, 2nd at the end of the 2nd lap, and then attempting to get 1st. So yeah, this shouldn't be three laps long at this stage. We lost it there. Okay, so I was only in 5th place at the end of lap 1. Might have been 4th. Only because of an error I made. We've corrected for that now, and we're in 2nd. RXC John enters the chat on the YouTube side, says hello. Hello back, RXC John. Good to see you again. Thanks for watching. Thanks for saying hello in the chat. Okay, so I ended up taking first, sorry. It's just too easy to do. Final lap in first, 200 yards ahead of second. Getting a bit wild there though. Let's rein that in. Let's keep it clean. Alright, there we go. Halfway through this last lap. There we go, that is another victory. I've not really been paying attention, but I'm sure that means 25%, coming up to, well, 39 minutes of the stream. 39 minutes of racing, hopefully about to get our first reward. Actually, you know what, we might not be. It'll be 24%, won't it? Because I've not done the endurance. All right, so endurance at Laguna Seca, 6.1 miles. Shouldn't be a problem. Let's get it done. Okay, so one lap just about done, and I'm going to have to do another 2 laps to get first. Let's get that done. Miles. Halfway there. And that's 5th place. go. Lap 2 completed. Still got 80 seconds on the clock and a bit. Should easily get lap 3 done. Into 4th. This car works very well on this track. Fortunately, my eyesights have gone, so yeah, a little bit of an accident there. Coming up on 6 miles. There we go. That's 3rd. That's 2nd. And 1st. Just short of getting 3 laps done. But I reckon I can get a 4th one done as well. So I'm going to go for it. Okay, 7.5 miles. There we go, that is 4 miles completed. Sorry, 4 laps completed. 48 seconds left on the clock and 9 miles on the scoreboard. Can we get round again? Not with driving like that. Miles on the scoreboard. Hey. 5 laps done, 6th lap. I don't think I'll get a 6th done. But we're looking like we're going to get to about 12 miles on the scoreboard. That's pretty good. Pretty good indeed. There we go. Oh no, we've got another 10 seconds. Might get to 13 miles. 13 miles and the first set of rewards for the 25% mark. There we go. F Junior enters the chat. Welcome along. Says hello in the chat, I think. In his native tongue. Welcome along. Thanks for watching. Thank you for saying hello in the chat. Okay, there we go. Service the car, and it should mean a 25% set of rewards. Not a great deal, though, to be fair. No, maybe not then. There you go. 5 gold. Thank you very much. Some M dollars to collect. We'll leave them there for the moment. And 26% tier 4 completed, 46 minutes. Right, okay, tier 5. Let's start with head-to-head. Unfortunately, it's at Spa-Francorchamps, which is one of the longest tracks in the race, in the game. Well, I really do think, I mean, they don't, and I say this every time, but if you're only giving people 3 hours of free servicing, you kind of need to be able to do the whole limited series in 3 hours. And you're not going to do that if you've got cups with a large amount of laps, a number of endurance races, and even single races that go around some of the larger circuits in the game. Whinge, whinge, moan, moan. I mean, literally, if it's taken me 46 minutes to do 4 tiers, you are literally coming in at probably just over 3 hours to complete the series from start to end. And bearing in mind that tiers 1, 2, 4 typically have some of the shorter cups in any limited series. Yeah, so it's not looking good that you can get this done in 3 hours, I'd say. Anyway, there we go. That is another first. Not too bad. Not too bad. Not brilliant, but, you know, not too bad. Right, up next. Speed Snap at Dubai. All right, nice quick one, hopefully. There we go. 145 miles per hour. Knocked that out the park. Onto the Cup, Nürburgring, another Grand Prix circuit, 3 laps again. It's a bit early to go in 3 laps. This is going to be a long, limited series. It is. I will go up to 2 hours of racing today because we'll end up having 2 hours of racing tomorrow. Look at that, I'm already in. I could have got into first. I'm going to slow down to make it a bit interesting. There you go. I'm just lifting and coasting. Okay, so the end of lap 1 in third. 2 laps to go, 2 cars to overtake, and hopefully that's one of them overtaken. He's coming back at me though. Oof. Alright, there we go. Back into second. Need a drink of water. Dry throat. I've got this guy's pace. I'm not overly worried. We'll just follow him around until the start of lap 3. Okay, so second place, 1 lap to go. Final lap. Whoops. Let's see what this car can do. Yards ahead of second. Go. First. Service the car, it's instant and it's free. That is tier 5. That's completed. On to tier 6. 33% of the way there. Right, elimination at the South Circuit at Lime Rock Park. So up to this moment in time, I'd say pretty straightforward. No banana skins. All the races are easy to get first on 1 lap. Never mind the fact we've not had a single lap race in this game. So they're all at least 2 laps. So there's no gotchas. Some of the circuits that you would think would be quite tough to get first on, not seen any of them. Getting a bit messy there. We lost it a bit there. So 2 cars left in the race. 300 yards ahead of second. Let's bring this home. I'm in a bit of a grass happy state at this moment in time. Right, there we go. First, Massey Edge Gamer enters the chat and says hello. Hello. Hello, hello back. Welcome along. Good to see you again. Thank you for watching. Thank you for saying hello in the chat. Okay, right. Elimination done. On to autocross at the Grand Prix circuit at Silverstone. 41 seconds. Go. 39 seconds. Mass Edge Gamer says tomorrow I will be on the Independence Run. Okay, very good. I actually don't know what that is, sorry. Here it is, tomorrow is Remembrance Day. Right, okay, so Grand Prix circuit at the Circuit of the Americas Cup race. See, here we go, look at that. Tier 6, and we're already up to 4 laps. It's a limited series, that's going to be a long one. We've been racing for over an hour already. Into 4th. Into 5th. Not for long though, there you go, that was easy. That was very easy. So, 4th. I reckon I could get to first in one lap. Okay. So, 3 laps to go. I'm in 4th. Technically speaking, it's 3 cars to overtake, 1 per lap. Here we go. Comfortably in 3rd now. Hold it, there we go. We're in a row. Okay, 2 laps down, in 3rd, 2 laps to go, 2 cars to overtake. There we go, into 2nd. Okay, lap 3 completed, 2nd place, 1 lap to go, 1 car to overtake. But I cannot stress that being only tier 6 and the cup is 4 laps around a Grand Prix circuit. That is a long race, especially so early on in a limited series. We're not even halfway through the limited series. Oops. Wheels back. There you go. Back in. Here we go. Another victory. 6 minutes, 46 seconds, that race. Service the car. It's free and it's instant. Tier 6 completed. On to Tier 7. 1 hour, 7 minutes of racing completed up to this point. Okay, head to head. Here we go. Head to head on the Grand Prix circuit at Sebring. Now, I reckon this car will be well suited to this track. Yep. Very well suited indeed. Okay. You know what, that car was absolutely cracking around that track. Brilliant. Boom. Yeah. Quite an enjoyable car to drive, especially when you match its capability to the type of track. Sebring is a perfect match for this car. 42% East speed record next at the East Circuit at Suzuka. Again, I'm just going to fly around. I reckon I can easily get the top speed. Technically, the fastest part of the track is at the end of this straight. But I don't think it matters. Hopefully. Another one down. Onto the cup into Tier 7. Up to this, as I said, up to this point, absolutely no banana skins. The only problem is some of the cups are already too long. 4 laps, Grand Prix circuit, Dubai. Oh dear. Oops. kiss there. And another one. We'll do the same again. We'll overtake one car per lap, hopefully get first by the end of that. But as I said, up to this point, it's not really too difficult. It's just, unfortunately, some of the cups are a bit long. And we've already had 2 endurance races as well. In fact, I reckon an endurance will be in tier 8. Okay, so 4, 3 laps to go, 3 cars to overtake. Nicely stayed on the tail there. Okay, third, 2 laps to go. 2 cars to overtake. Right in his tail. There you go. Right. John enters the chat. Waves his big pink hand, says hello. Hello, John. Welcome along. Thanks for watching. Thanks for saying hello in the chat. Good to see you again. Alright, so final lap. 1 car to overtake. There we go, hopefully. Can we hold it? Yep. Let's make that one stick. Let's increase our lead. Okay, there we go. That is first place. I believe that is tier 7 now completed. John says, good job. Thank you very much. Service the car. It's free and it's instant for the moment. There you go, you see. I told you, another endurance. Tier 8. Saw it a mile off. And how many laps in Laguna Seca? 4. Okay. But they are moving up. And if we're at 4 at 50%, I reckon we're going to be 6, 7, maybe even 8 laps by the time we're done. Right, okay. So 46%. Tier 8. Opportunity getting to 50% here. We'll start with the speed snap. Speed snap at Monza. There you go. Nice and easy, that one. Just, I didn't slow down. I just released the acceleration before going into that corner so I could speed out very easily without sliding. And there we are, won quite easily. Okay, I'll do the cup next. Laguna Seca, 4 laps, shouldn't be a problem. Normally, I like to be going into 14th place in a corner in a couple of moments' time. This corner coming up, there you go, 14th place achieved. Okay, so lap 1, 7, 3 laps to go, 6 cars to overtake. That's 1. Opportunity missed. Tough. There we go, that's 2. That's 3. Okay, 2 laps to go, and just at the finish, at the end of lap 2, I took 3rd. So 2 laps to go, 2 cars to overtake. Okay, so second at the end of lap 3. One more lap to go. One more car to overtake. Oh, almost turned around there. Hey, there we go. First place. And I think that should mean 50% as well. Okay, there we go. 10 gold. Oh, have I got the 25 gold as well? Oh, there we go. We'll collect that because we always collect gold as soon as we can get it. Thank you very much. Boom. 2,498. Won't be earning any more gold today, but that's okay. That's fine. Next up, endurance at the national circuit at Red Bull Ring. Maybe it was 485 gold I've spent then, not 480. Either way, the car is expensive. I will put up on part 2 the overall cost of the car. But for today, we'll just have a bit of fun. We are easily going to do 2 hours, I think. We've been racing for 1 hour 26 minutes, and I've not got to tier 9 yet, which is normally where I like to end the stream. So I like to do tiers 1 to 9 on part 1 of a limited series, and then tiers 10 through to 15, which again is an indication just how much longer this limited series is. I mean, fortunately it's not boring because the car does keep your interest, but some of the cups are way too long, unfortunately. So, into 5th. Still got plenty of time. Lap 4. Go 4th and 5 miles. we go. That is lap 5 and coming up on 3rd place. Second and first. There we go. We've still got 70 seconds left on the clock, so let's just have a bit of fun overtaking some cars. See how many miles we can do. The last endurance I go up to 13. Can I do any better than 13 miles? Miles on the scoreboard, 60 seconds on the clock. Wait, 9 miles on the scoreboard. Miles, 50 seconds on the clock. Miles. Miles. Might do a little bit better than 13 miles on this endurance. Right, 13 miles. Going to get to at least 14 miles. Right, there we go. 14 miles. Still going. Can we get to 15 miles? Yes is the answer to that. Might be pushing it to get to 16 though. Give it a go though. Here we go, 16 miles. Boom. And that's only, oops, that's only tier 8 completed. Service the car is free and it's instant. Going on there. Got a mark. Okay, on to tier 9. We've got autocross at the National Circuit of Americas. Let's give that a go. Yeah, I am definitely liking this car. Definitely liking it. It's a Tony car in terms of drivability. I think I do get lost in cars that have incredible acceleration and crazy top speed. There we go. So that's the autocross completed. Drag race next. Indianapolis, this one. Now. Uh, How long will this one be? Oh, this is so much shorter. Look at that. 10 seconds normal against the 16 seconds at Sebring. Crazy. Okay, so this is for first place. There we go. Nice and easy, all of that. Okay, so the Cup is the long circuit at the Porsche test track, and there we go, five laps. I am definitely tempted to do tier 10 because I can't help but think tiers 10, 11 through to 15 will be long, and even if I get them done a little bit quicker, we can have a bit of fun in the series this car opens up. So I might go just a little bit longer than what I would normally on a part 1 of a limited series. Which actually means I'm not going to hang about either, so I'm going to try and overtake them and just get through the laps as quickly as possible. There we go, so we're in first by the end of lap 1. Can we catch back markers? Let's find out. Oops, Daisy. That's not going to help. A little bit wild at this moment in time. Need to rein in some of that composure, lack of composure. That was a 109.611. Right, need to do better than that. Still a little bit on the wide side there. A lot quicker this time, a 106.840. Okay, back markers caught. .107 that time, a little bit slower. Final lap. Don't think I'm going to be setting any fastest laps. It seems like I've got back markers in my way. Unlike the other computer opponents, I will be able to overtake them relatively easily. So I'll tell you what's interesting, whereas like the Formula E track really bugs me with its 180 turns, this track doesn't bother me. It's weird. Alright, there we go. That is first place. Tier 9 completed, and as I said, just for a change, I will do tier 10 as well. 1 hour 42 minutes of racing. Hopefully it will just be another 10 minutes of racing. Okay, maybe a little bit longer, not too much longer. So we'll do the elimination next at the international circuit at Dubai. In first already. Perfect. Six cars left in the race, and I'm in first. 100 yards ahead of second. And well ahead, to be fair. Not messing about today. Okay, 4 cars left in the race, 200 yards ahead of second. We've got this one. It's still not even close. I don't think I've had any really scary moments up to this point. And if the cups have more and more laps in them, then I can't see there being any banana skins in this limited series. There we go, that is victory. Okay, so 2 more races for this evening. Speed record at the Nürburgring Grand Prix circuit. Oh, messed that up. They might have a chance to recover though. Yeah. There we go. Okay, there we go. That is the speed record completed. First place. Final race of the evening coming up. The Cup in Tier 10. Okay, there we go. We've got the road course, Lime Rock Park. 5 laps again. That's not too bad because it is a shorter track. I'm going to go round the outside. That's it. There we go. On the inside. Oh, off track. Oh dear, that's terrible. And again. Okay, up to 10th, albeit slightly illegally. Okay, 4 more laps, 8th place, 7 cars to overtake, 4 laps to do it in. Alright, 4th place, 3 cars to overtake, 3 laps to go. There we go. I'd say I've not had a single problem tonight with this limited series. I'm not liking the length of some of the cups, but in terms of banana skins, not a single one. I always go on the grass because they're actually really good at grip. It's a bit of a weird one. I'm just naturally expecting to slip on that first corner or skid. Back markers also, oh dear, also caught. Right, so 1 lap to go. We're first by 400 yards. There we go. Service the car. It's free in its instant, only for another hour, but I am going to end the racing there and I will use one of my VP rewards that gives me a couple of hours of free servicing. So racing for 1 hour 51 minutes. Tiers 1 to 10 completed. We'll come back to this tomorrow and we'll do tiers 11 through 15. Hopefully win the car. And if we've got a bit of time left over, we'll also do a little bit of racing in the Radical Revolution series that winning the car will unlock. But there we go. That is the end of racing for today. All I've really done is spent a shed load of gold. What I'll do in tomorrow's stream as well is I'll put all the details in terms of the cost of the car, in terms of our dollars and gold. I'm obviously assuming it will be upgrading free across the board on each of the 7 engineering components. Okay, there we go. Right, okay, so hopefully you've enjoyed that. Part 2 will be tomorrow of the Radical RXC Limited Series. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more of this type of content, then please subscribe to the channel, The Fifth Guardian on YouTube, or follow the channel, The Fifth Guardian on Rumble. With that being said, I hope whatever is left of your day is a very good one, and I hope to see you all tomorrow. Thank you, and goodbye.